Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2024 Spring Concert of the Queen's Big Band here in the beautiful building of the Sonic Arts Research Centre. Normally would be in the black box, but we're here tonight. Hope you enjoy it. Whatever you do, don't look down. And while I'm talking, I have to mention about the fire exits. As you've probably seen, there's one at the back, the door you came in, and there's one over there. So should we need them, you know where they are. I do not believe there are life jackets under your seat, so don't bother looking, okay? Right, so you probably recognize that tune. That was, of course, Watermelon Man. And before I continue, could you put your hands together for one of our soloists, Dave Howell on tenor sax, and our other soloist, Marty Wilson on trombone. That, of course, was written by Herbie Hancock. And it was written for, if I remember rightly, yes, 1962. It was his debut album. And the album was called Taking Off. And that particular aircraft is still flying to this day because Herbie Hancock is going strong. I believe he's teaching in California at the Herb Albert Music School. So there you are, that's Herbie Hancock for you. We're going to move on and play another great standard by Kenny Dorham. This is Blue Bossa. This is the 1963 Joe Henderson album that it came from originally, page 1. So this is Blue Bossa. You'll probably recognize this as well. It is a current standard that everybody plays. I hope you enjoy Kenny Dorham's Blue Bossa. Thank you very much. So there we had Michael Simpson on tenor. We had Peter Jameson on guitar. Who did the first solo? Tom Wall on trumpet, yeah. And also Leo Woodfield on drums as well, the percussion section as well. That was great for them. And also, please put your hands together for Davey Hell. Okay, we're going to introduce our first song of the evening. Now, this is the tune that I arranged some time ago after I started taking the band because it just caught my fancy. It's a jump jive song by Louis Jordan. It has a real energy to it. It originally comes from a joke that goes back, way back, the line, "Ain't nobody here but us chickens." And it was also sung in the film Swing, starring Lisa Stansfield. And that's the arrangement I've done, the Lisa Stansfield arrangement. So please put your hands together for our vocalist this evening, our first vocalist, Rebecca Mulligan, who's going to sing "Ain't Nobody Here But Us Chickens."
There ain't nobody here but us chickens. There ain't nobody here at all. So quiet yourself and stop that fuss. There ain't nobody here but us. So kindly point that gun the other way and hobble, hobble, hobble off and hit the hay. Busy day. We got things to do, we got eggs to lay, we got ground to dig and worms to scratch. It takes a lot of sitting, getting chicks to hatch. There ain't nobody here but us chickens. There ain't nobody here at all. So quiet yourself and stop that fuss. There ain't nobody here but us. Kindly point that gun the other way and hobble, hobble, hobble off and hit the hay. It's easy pickings, ain't nobody here but us chickens.
Rebecca Mulligan. Great. Put that down there. Okay, so now we're going to go straight to the big band royalty, Count Basie. And one of the great arrangers and composers that is linked with Count Basie is, of course, Sammy Nestico. Now, he wrote this blues for the trumpet player who played with Count Basie called Sweets Edison. And I believe it was originally, yes, it was first recorded by Count Basie. So he recorded it, and it was written for Sweets Edison, the trumpet player. So to play our Sweets Edison tonight, Tom Wall is going to play the part. This is a big trumpet feature, this. So I hope you enjoy How Sweet It Is. Tom Wall on trumpet there, and David Howell on sax. Oren Rogers on piano and Peter Jameson on guitar. Okay, so after that, I think they need a bit of a rest, so we're going to do a nice, quiet tune, okay? Now, thinking back to Count Basie and Sammy Nestico, also another arranger and writer that was linked with him was, of course, Neil Hefti. Now, Neil Hefti wrote a fantastic tune called Little Darling. I remember hearing Little Darling years ago and thinking, what a beautiful, tight tune. The band was so tight. It really epitomized the excellence of big band playing. Now, we're not going to do Little Darling. We're going to do a tune by Jeff Taylor. Now, Jeff Taylor, if I remember rightly, was a chief arranger for the US Army Band. Okay, he retired in 2012, I believe it was. But he wrote this tune as kind of an homage to Little Darling, to Neil Hefti. So we're going to play Jeff Taylor's Quiet Time. Right, trumpet solo there by Matthew. Okie dokie. I'm throwing it away. Thanks very much. Okay, right, now then, it's time for our second vocalist. So we'll just get him into position. If he can extricate himself out of there. Can you squeeze past? Excellent, good lad. Right, there you go. Right, so our first male vocalist of the season is going to he's going to sing a standard that has become synonymous with one of the great singers. Frank Sinatra recorded this, along with many others. Lots of vocal artists have recorded this song. It was recorded originally and written in 1924. That's how far back it goes, but it's become a really well-known standard. And to sing It Had to Be You, please put your hands together for Cameron Shaw.
To be you, it had to be you. You wandered around and finally found that somebody who could make me be true, could make me be blue, and even be glad just to be sad thinking of you. Some others I've seen might never be me, might never be cross or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do. For nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you, had to be you. Others I've seen might never be me, might never be cross or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do. For nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you, had to be you.
Cameron Shaw on vocals there. Right, we'll give him a chance to get back to his seat and get into his other role as first trombone. So we're going to go to another standard, blues, and I'm sure many of you will know this tune. It was recorded in 1946 by Nat King Cole. That's the version most people know about. But when you hear this tune, again, many people have recorded it and played it in many different styles. And we're going to do this arrangement by Bobby Troop of Route 66. Thank you. Give it up for Aisling on alto there. Okay, we've reached the number before our interval, and we're going to go to another great band leader, one of my favourite band leaders, because in his scope, he's very orchestral. A lot of his pieces have that orchestral mentality. He uses all the colours, he uses different instruments, French horns, tubas, to get the colour that he wants. And we're going to do one of his favourite pieces that was written, actually was released in 1955. It was actually a compilation album of all sorts of different performances, and the album itself was released in 1955. This piece was written by Ray Wetzel some years before that, and recorded as a live version before that. This is, of course, Intermission Riff, and it seems quite appropriate that after this we shall have an intermission. here. Right, I hope you're fully rested. I certainly hope the band are, because that was a hard blow, that last half. So, well, let's see what we've got in the second half here. We're going to start with a piece that became synonymous with one of the best bass players in the world, Jaco Pastorius. Now, Jaco Pastorius was a member of one of the leading jazz fusion bands of the 70s and 80s, Weather Report. This piece was actually written by James Ellis, Pee Wee Ellis, but Jaco kind of took it over and made it his own, and it's called The Chicken. Please put your hands together for Davey Howell, Michael Simpson, and Tom Wall on trumpet there. Okay, we're going to do an original tune now, somewhat in the similar vein. It has that kind of jazzy, funky feel to it. And this is written by a trumpet player from America called Dave Mills. He has his own band, he's done some arrangements, and he's written some original compositions. And this composition of his we're going to play now is called Give and Take. Solos by Tom there, and also on alto, Hannah Harvey. Okay, we're going to come to another vocal number now, and now we're going to feature Dave Howell in his unusual role. Instead of playing his tenor sax, he's going to entertain us with his voice. And this one, we're going to go back to Nat King Cole. So when you think of Nat King Cole, there are certain songs that immediately come to mind, just the sound of his voice. The Christmas song is one of them, Chestnuts Roasting. And this is the other song you probably recognize as really belonging to Nat King Cole. It was also recorded, if I remember rightly, by Nat King Cole in 1951. The original title for this, and I didn't know this, was called Uncomparable. But the publishing company didn't like that, not surprisingly, and they asked them to change it, and so it became Unforgettable. Please put your hands together for Dave Howell with Unforgettable.
Unforgettable in every way, and forevermore, that's how you'll stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too. Unforgettable in every way, and forevermore, that's how you'll stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too. Unforgettable in every way, and forevermore, that's how you'll stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too.
Dave Howler with Unforgettable.
Thank you.
Okay, so one era of big band music we've not touched on yet is the swing era, probably the most recognisable era during the 40s, the Second World War, and of course the archetypal name from that era is Glenn Miller. There were many bands, of course, that became popular, but the Glenn Miller is the name that readily springs to everybody's mind. We're going to do one of his big hits now, written by Jerry Gray, of course. Jerry Gray, synonymous with Glenn Miller, wrote a lot of his big hits. I'm sure you recognise this one. It's called A String of Pearls. Please put your hands together for Hannah on alto, and Marty on trombone, and Eleanor on tenor. So we're going back to 1956 now, to another standard, again recorded by Count Basie, written by Frank Foster, arranged by Greg Jasenitsky. This is a beautiful standard. It's one of my favourite tunes when we play as a small band in various events, and it's a really laid-back tune. I hope you enjoy it. It's called Shiny Stockings. Shiny Stockings, trumpet solo from Matt there. Okay, so we're going to go to the world of the silver screen for this next tune. Again, a Disney Pixar collaboration written by Randy Newman, who collaborated with Dixie Pixar, well, certainly with Pixar, on 4 occasions. This was Monsters, Inc., he did Toy Story, he did A Bug's Life, and of course he did Toy Story 2. We're going to do this tune now, which is, again, one of my favourite sort of animated films. It's certainly one of my kids when it came out. I believe it was 2001, is that right? 2001 film, all the way back there. It seems like a long time ago now, doesn't it? But there you go. 2001, the theme to Monsters, Inc. Great, Hannah Harvey on alto and Marty Wilson on trombone again. So we're going to introduce Rebecca again as our female vocalist, and she's going to give us one of my favourite swingers. Again, this is a Nat King Cole tune from 1950. It was also recorded by his daughter, Natalie Cole, written by, what was it, who was it written by? Yeah, Milton DeLugg and Willie Stein, okay? The best known version is, of course, Nat King Cole. You might recognise this tune. It's been recorded by many other people. I'm pretty sure Ella Fitzgerald did a great version of this. Orange Coloured Sky. Please put your hands together for Rebecca Bulligan and Orange Coloured Sky.
went out of that orange-colored view. Flash, bam, Alakazam, wonderful, I saw you. One look and I yelled timber, walked up a flying glass. 'Cause I seen it fell in and the bottom fell out the window to a spin and I started to shot up and hip. This is it, this is it. I was walking along, minding my business, when love came and hit me in the eye. Well, bam, Alakazam, that orange-colored One look and I yelled timber, watch out for flying glass. 'Cause I seen it fell in and the bottom fell out the window was spinning. I started to shot up and hit. This is it, this is it. I was walking along, minding my business, when love came and hit me in the eye. Well, bam, Alakazam, out of that orange-colored purple stripe, pretty green polka dot sky. Well, bam, Alakazam, and goodbye.
Rebecca Mulligan there. Orange-coloured sky. Well, for our last tune in the Queen's University Big Band Spring Concert, we're going to return to Heavy Weather, which is the album first released by Weather Report. Joe Zawinul, Jaco Pastorius, and others. I went to see them live in Manchester, I think late 70s, 79, 1980 maybe, and they just blew me away. Fantastic. This is one of their seminal tunes that everybody recognised. It was written by Joe Zawinul. I think it was the first number on the Heavy Weather album, as a tribute to the jazz club in New York City. I'm sure you know what it is. Before we go, I have a few thanks to Big. Please put your hands together for Johnny McGuinness on sound at the back, and all the staff in SARC. Mary McNeely, who did the tickets on the front door, working behind the scenes. Also, please put your hand together for our guest soloist, Dave Howell, Tom Wall, Marty Wilson, William McLean on trombone, and Richard Ashmore on trombone, bass trombone. I'm sure you noticed Richard in Intermission riff. You could hardly miss him. Excellent. Right, so we're going to finish with this tune. I hope you enjoyed this evening's music. We hope to see you again at Christmas. We always have a concert at Christmas. I'm not sure exactly what the venue will be, but it will be publicised in plenty of time. Thank you for coming along, and if you're driving, don't forget the car, okay? Right, we're going to finish with Birdland.
No, wait, just before Steve moves on, don't worry, I'm not going to break out into song. We've got something for you, Steve, just as a little thank you for dealing with us for the last year. You've definitely made us better musicians, even though sometimes the trumpets and the saxophones make the same mistakes every single week. But you're very graceful with us, so here's a little gift to say thank you.
Well, this is a great surprise. Thank you very much indeed.
You're very welcome.
I wouldn't exactly call what I did dealing with you. I'll try and point you in the right direction and hope you follow. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. As you can see, they put a lot of hard work in. The band is made up, as you can probably see, of lots of students. It's not just music students, although there are a lot of music students. We draw from the whole university campus, and it's a real community spirit with the band. We enjoy playing together, they enjoy playing together, to produce music like this. And all we try and do is give them experience of this style of music so they can take it into their future career and hopefully learn from it. And along the way, we hope everybody enjoyed listening to it. So, as is usual in these situations, we do have another number. Would you like to hear it? Okay. Well, in that case, I think we should return to the silver screen, only this time the little screen in the corner of your room. It used to be little when I was young. They're fairly big these days. However, we're going to go back to, I don't know what era this was, 60s, 70s, maybe 80s? Okay, but we can certainly hope you will join us right at the end. And when you hear the tune, I'm sure you'll know what to shout when we get there. Thank you so much for coming along and supporting the band. It means an awful lot to them. Safe home and good night.